Knight f3, c5, c4, Knight f6, Knight c3, b6, g3, Bishop b7, Bishop g2, g6, Castle kingside, Bishop g7, d4, c takes d4, Queen takes d4, d6, Rook d1, Knight b d7, Bishop e3, Castle kingside, Queen h4, Rook c8, Rook a c1, Rook e8, b3, a6, Bishop h3, Rook b8, Knight d5, Knight takes d5, c takes d5, Knight f6, Bishop h6, Bishop takes d5, Knight g5, Bishop b7, Bishop takes g7, King takes g7, Bishop e6, Rook f8, Bishop takes f7, Bishop c8, Knight e6, check, Bishop takes e6, Bishop takes e6, b5, Rook c6, b4, Queen c4, Rook b5, Queen d4, Queen b8, f4, a5, Rook d c1, Rook b7, g4, Queen a7, Queen takes a7, Rook takes a7, Rook c7, Rook f8, g5, Knight e4, Bishop d5, Knight c3, Rook 7 takes c3, b takes c3, Bishop takes a8, Rook takes a8, Rook takes c3, Rook b8, Rook c7, King f7, Rook a7, Rook b5, King f2, King e6, h4, Rook c5, King e3, Rook d5, a4, Rook c5, King d3, Rook d5, check, King e3, Rook c5, Rook b7, Rook c3, check, King d4, Rook c2, King d3, Rook B2. Rook B5. D5. E4. D takes E4, check. King takes E4. Rook E2, check. King D3. Rook B2. King C3. Rook F2. Rook takes A5. Rook takes F4. Rook B5. King D6. A5. King C6. Rook B6, check. King C7. Rook B4. Rook F3, check. King C4. Rook F4, check. King B5. Rook F5, check. King A4. Rook F1. Rook C4, check. King D6. A6. E5. King B5.